less than what you offered for it and deliver it. So what I'm saying is, I always leave a little bit of meat on the bone for the next person. My theory is that there's always room around the trough, right, for everybody to eat. So we nudge one person out, then we start to run into turmoil and social breakdown. So last night at Six Flags in Arlington, the Batman's Joker ride got stuck. It was raining, I guess maybe lightning struck and the power went out. So they had to have the fire department out there. I'm glad that all of those kids are okay. I say that they're kids because the park was open late last night for graduating. Could have been something like Project Graduation or whatever. But yeah, I guess there were some storms, and the Joker ride was stuck in the rain, got like 100 feet in the air, it looked like, for hours. And then this morning it showed on the news where the fire department had rescued everyone. Everyone made it out off the ride safely. But wow, again, mad respect to first responders, because guess what? Six Flags theme park, bam, bam, bam. Who do they call? Bam, first responders. They had to get there. They had to rescue those kids last night. So, yeah, to paint a clear vision of your future, ladies and gentlemen, little maniacs, because no one else on the planet is going to paint a clear vision of your future for you other than you. So I've pretty much talked. See, when I say fuck it, I'm getting ready to YouTube this motorcycle. I do a couple of little videos on YouTube. One is where I'm taking the spark plug out of a chainsaw, and I do it with a sledgehammer. But I was thinking about doing the same thing with this motorcycle. However, woosah, we've calmed down. We're gonna let it set with marble mystery oil and seafoam deep creep in the cylinders, and let all of that. I just put that bike on the back burner and forget about it for now. Because whenever it comes to that, it's like, okay, this motorcycle, I've basically got it pre-sold. The guy saw it, he loves it. Now what fucks me up is that the engine's stuck. So now it's got to just sit in the shed until the motor decides that it's going to unlock, or I'll pull the engine apart. Either one of those things could happen very soon. Started to go ahead and pull the motor down already. I'll have to think about it. The research, make sure that parts are available, etc. The point is, it just puts a bottleneck in trying to finish another project, the CBR 600, 1991 600 F2, penny dropping motorcycle for you. That one will be for sale soon, and it's a bad boy. Whoa, she's pretty. Candy. We named her Candy because she's going to look like motherfucking candy. She's so pretty. Man, the 91 CBR 600. I know this is not the motorcycle show, guys, but I got to tell you, it's just like that yellow one I used to fucking creep through Sweeney on. That my homeboy Boomer used to own, that I would say was mine. But yeah, it's basically about the same thing. And we got new tires on her, got the wheels polished out, front forks all rebuilt, new ignition switch, new keys, new tank lock. Ordered some carbon fiber brake pads for her. Upgrading the braking, making her look sweet, run great, new shoes. So that we're a little excited about. And if you're interested in I guess it would be considered a classic now. A classic crotch rocket. Candy. Candy's going to go all back together. I mean, she's going to look... I like the original factory colors. So I think we're going to put all brand new everything factory colors on her. And we'll see what you all think. And if you'd like to have a slice of... a little slice of Superbike history, and let me know, because Candy will definitely be up for grabs whenever she's done. So right now, going on right now in Louisiana, the statues of Jefferson Davis, Robert E. Lee, it's all coming down. All I can say is that we can't rewrite the past. All we can do is learn from it. And whenever we hear things like that going on, we hear other things also going on that make you think a little bit. Like, how would you feel if your 3-year-old came up to you and just out of the blue just said that they wanted to learn calculus? Because that's a true story. We have a 14-year-old boy. Now, a boy, you could probably say young man, a 14-year-old young man that just graduated from TCU, from Texas Christian University. And that's what his mom was saying, that when he was 3 years old, he came up and he just asked his mother if he could learn calculus. So just remember that we're all unique in our own way. You know, that's why we require to interact with each other in a real way, in a non-online, social, whatever kind of way. That's why we actually need to rub elbows. You hear me? I'm saying. And do you all have sympathy for someone who just blows through a fortune? We're talking like John McAfee. Well, they did some kind of a story on him the other day. I was checking it out. But can you imagine going through over $100 million? He says he wasn't broke at the end of that, but he says that the reason that he had all that reporting and stuff done, that he was broke so that people would leave him alone and quit asking him for money. But that's kind of a crazy story, man. That John McAfee, the dude that does all of the antivirus, he started McAfee Antivirus, and I guess he sold it and then went broke, and now he's in some sort of a new computer technology hacking, anti-hacking type situation where he's trying to totally reinvent himself. I'm just saying, I'm not saying anything, bad about John McAfee, because we all know that the story that I watch, they're going to paint a picture however they want him to be viewed. So I've never sat down and talked with the man, so I'm not judging him. But I did have a friend who went through about $500,000 back in the 90s, and then was basically selling stuff off at the end of a year to pay his rent and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't get it. And do you? It's like whenever you see a pro athlete and you're saying, like, now this dude's out here begging on the street and he was a millionaire. I just think that all that has to do with building value and knowing what to do with finance and commerce and how to deal with money whenever you've never had any. If you go ahead and instill those things into these kids, but it's hard to do. You know, whenever you're hungry and you're lucky to have a roof over your head and you're sharing your bedroom with other brothers and sisters, and you know, you're wearing hand-me-down clothes, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different world. So whenever these people like myself ever come into a large amount of money, like pro sports, win the lottery, settlement, anything like that, then they just don't have any kind of formal training on what to do with it. We all know if I ever won the lottery, I'd just donate it to charity. I would just blow it anyway. So yeah, if you're putting something online, just be honest about it, what you think about it, what you know about it, and if you don't know, then just put that you don't know, and if you want, pay fucking somebody, if you've got a motorcycle for sale, I'll come look at it, you can give me $50, and I'll tell you exactly what the fuck is wrong with it. Not really, I don't want to fuck with that, to be honest with you. I don't even want to fuck with that. But you could definitely, get a professional opinion on what's wrong with anything. A car, a boat, a fucking boat anchor. And I think that it makes your item more valuable that you're not bullshitting about it. Because back to motorcycles, it got to where a year or two ago, when someone would show up to look at a motorcycle that was, $500, $600, $700, and if I put in the ad that it runs, but it needs this or that, they never even expected to hear the motorcycle run when they showed up, because every single other bike that they showed up to see that it said, hey, it starts, it runs, there would be always some excuse why they couldn't crank it up right now. But once you get it out of here, you get it on down the fucking road, then you can crank. But, that's a big red flag. It's a big fucking red alert. And so, it makes it tougher for the honest people, because you've got all of the bullshitters out there, and then you have to deal with other people not trusting, not just you, but not trusting anyone at all. And that's spilling over definitely big time into the buy, sell, and trade sites, Virage, Sell, Let Go. Now you've got all of these charlatans, and you've got wholesalers that are just going through there and fucking just grudge fucking anybody that's got anything on there at a decent price. They're going to swoop in, and not only they're going to swoop in and buy that item, they're going to swoop in and buy that item, they're going to lowball the people, and then they're going to take it back to their operation or their thrift shop or their wholesale place. And a lot of people just do this online out of their backyard, and they're going to double or triple the price of this item, and just put it right back up there for sale, because they're taking advantage of people that really need cash right now, and then they're basically putting that in their bank and charging double or triple. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It just makes it harder for the little guy. You know what I'm saying? It makes it harder for average everyday people. Like, you're looking for a dirt bike for your son to redo for Christmas time, and once you see one on there for a couple $100 that needs a little this or that, it's gone. The next thing you know, you see it back up for sale for $800. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It just makes it tougher for the person that's looking to do it themselves. I don't know. The charlatans, they make it tough for everybody. It makes you just want to kick somebody right in the motherfucking cunt muscle. But boosh! Bitch. On new TVs, modern technology, you have to love it, but they're playing an old movie. There's one called Three for the Road. And what sucked about it was a cool old movie, but on a new TV, on a digital TV, the old everything was blurry. You couldn't even tell the people's faces or whatever. I don't know what the fuck was up with that. And why do they take a 2-hour movie and turn it into 3 hours? It's so that they can give you an hour of commercials. But speaking of commercials, I'm just kidding. We're not going to go to a commercial. I guess. Let me see if there's any other big brain busters. I feel better. I feel a lot better. I don't feel like smashing the shit out of a motorcycle with a big concrete smashing sledgehammer. But the only way I would do that is I would videotape it and put it on YouTube, so that there would be some sort of value to actually doing that. We'll wait. We shall wait. Yeah, and just back to just being honest and trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes we know that the main reason that Robcast radio was invented was because my back's fucked up. Karma's a bitch, because I used to lie to the doctors and tell them I had a motorcycle crash to get Vicodin pills, right? When that had never happened. And then once I was totally off the Vicodin pills and had kicked the habit, I had a badass motorcycle crash. One made me quit, and the one 4 years after that, I can tell you that, I haven't taken any kind of a pill since 2001. Well, I crashed on pills on a dirt bike riding wheelies and fucked my shit all up. And then, after being off pills being off of any